what we have been doing at my company and building for the last few years, not just in terms of the stories, but the creators we work with, is to counter a lot of the things that we have seen in Hollywood for years. And so I don't want to try and go in to fix problems, with, I'd say partners who have perpetuated those problems for a while. It's probably why they're looking to me to help solve the thing. And I'm like, we're changing it with this little company that is focused on, telling global stories of a lot of people of color, working with a lot of women collaborators, like all the things that, you still see Hollywood, wants to support, but isn't supporting enough. And when you look at the numbers that come out of Netflix in terms of like, the fact that Latin and South Asian focused stories are like and Asian in general are the smallest groups in terms of audiences and storytellers that they're dealing with. Like, well, we're kind of creating that solution. So, I will say that when I was starting out of grad school and I was working with a Hollywood actor right away, and I've worked with quite a few of them, I was really excited for the opportunity because I was trusted to do stuff that frankly, I don't think I even, knew what I was doing. And I'm super grateful for that start. And they were really focused on telling the stories that they wanted to make. But then now I'm in a position to just focus on this. We are creating a community and a space for that complexity and authenticity, that specificity that will be, the game-changing stories that need to get told. I mean, we have a series set up at MGM about the Harlem Renaissance that we're doing with Eugene Ash, who directed Sylvie's Love. And I can assure you that our process of how we're developing it with him and the research that is going into it, and he grew up in Harlem, like that choice of collaboration with him, will make that a really incredible show. I'd say that in the same way I was mentioning earlier about Decolonized with Erica Buddington, which is a doc series that we're doing about untold Black histories. I mean, she's been doing this for a while, and there's no better person for us to collaborate with than her in terms of like, her approach and vision for it. And I think we're really particular if we're not generating stories ourselves, we're really trying to find authentic, storytellers and creative partners to work with, and they work with us because of that shared hope and vision. And I think, to be honest, I'm not in the entertainment business because of money. If I was, I probably would have left it a long time ago. But I'm really in it because I believe that we can make the things that are going to challenge a lot of the systems and the tropes that, are old. And, Suraj and I grew up in the Middle East, and we have a lot of incredible Muslim and Arab neighbors who are incredibly warm. And you can imagine, like, in every Hollywood movie, it's like every terrorist is an Arab, or, and Islamophobia is a very real thing. And so we challenge a lot of those things in the stories that we want to make. So,
well,
but even
with that
to be honest, sorry, and even, the other thing I will say, which is something I deal with as like an Indian, as a South Asian who has like a very Hindu name, a lot of the stories that are South Asian are predominantly Indian and Hindu. And that is not South Asian. South Asia is like a multi-religious, multicultural, multi-country group that is also of a range of different economic backgrounds. And so, we have the rights to an Instagram account called Brown History, which is, quite popular, and we're making that into a doc series. And that's our way of saying, okay, how can we really, make things in our own community that are talking about, South Asians that ended up in the Caribbean and that diaspora, or like Sri Lankans in London and the migration and movement of people in a way that's ultimately entertaining